From family shops, which is different, to respectable beef, I think, I'm not for sure if that's a thing, and final bosses, well 2 of them anyway, but different games. Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Interesting Touhou Facts, the series where I cover facts from Touhou that I find either fun, unusual, or simply interesting. So without further ado, let's begin the Interesting Touhou Facts number 104.
Number 5.
To start things off, we're going to be talking about shops. Marisa's shop. Okay, not exactly hers, but her family's. If you didn't know, Marisa's family owns a shop, the Kirisame shop. In fact, Rinosuke had worked there in the past under Marisa's dad's guidance before opening up Korendo. It's also unique as we get a rare glimpse into something most of the girls in Touhou don't have, a family. For Marisa, we know she has her dad given the shop. Other than that, we don't know much about her mom, possible siblings, or relatives, if any. So in Strange Creators Volume 1, in the section regarding Marisa, it talks about the Kirisame magic shop and the Kirisame shop. One reason Marisa might have left is that she's a magician and her family shop doesn't deal in magical items. No real deep reason regarding it. Not only that, Zoon's comment noted that her family shop is doing pretty well, so that's good news. It would have been nice if we knew more regarding the shop and her family, but hey, knowing Zoon, this is as far as we're going to get.
Number 4.
So back in episode 77, I talked about Patchouli and her strange beef with Suika. The Oni had taken notice of Patchouli's attention towards her and tried to flex on the magician by destroying the moon. It was only an image of it though, and as annoying as Suika was to the magician, even she had to give credit where it was due. So in Strange Creators Volume 3, in the immaterial section regarding the award giving part, Patchouli had given out her own awards. Funny enough, I talked about Patchouli before as I said she called out on Alice's usage of puppets. I still don't know why Patchouli is salty, but whatever. In that section, Patchouli gave the banquet prize to Suika. Here's her words. Banquet prize? Well, frankly, the whole was a bother, but since apparently the Oni made it possible to participate at all, I'll give the prize to Suika. Well, the infinite socket didn't hurt. Like I said before, Patchouli will give credit where it's due, and Suika earned it. According to Patchouli anyway.
Number 3.
For this fact, we'll be looking at the Kappas here. We know Nidori as the main representative, given her playable appearances in the games and print works. The Kappas are unique in the series as they're the most scientific beings in Gensokyo. In fact, in Strange Creators Volume 4, it's written that their technology is neck and neck with the outside world. In that same volume, Zoom comments that the Kappas who showed up on Touhou were based on continental immigrants, saying that there were craftsmen who came from overseas, and that turned them into living in river beds. So he made them into a group that uses unknown technology from Gensokyo's perspective. I see. Look, I don't understand much of Japan's mythological stuff nor their history as a country, but luckily there was a footnote for this fact so I can relay some of the meaning behind it. The talk about riverbanks could be referencing where historical outcast communities in Japan would sometimes live along riverbanks. Guessing Japan wasn't a big fan of those outcasts. At least that's my interpretation. If that's the case, then it might give me a new light towards the Kappa, considering how their use of technology is much different from the rest of Gensokyo.
Number 2.
We're going to be switching it off, from Kappas to gods now. Is it a big change? Not too sure. But there is a difference in power level here. This fact will be on Okina, the secret god. Okina is one of the 4 Touhou characters in the entire series to be both a main game stage boss and the extra stage boss. I had to admit it was both cool and yet a disappointment when we learned of that. The cool part was that I'd never seen a final boss being a boss in 2 stages, so that was new to deal with. The disappointment was learning that there wasn't going to be a new character for that slot since Okina took that role. So it had its pros and cons. Okina isn't the only character with that special role. There were 3 others, with them being Rika in Story of Eastern Wonderland, Alice in Mystic Square, and Junko, partially, in Legacy. Okina, however, is both the sole Windows era boss and final boss to fully share these roles. The secret god surely made an impact when she first showed up, for better or worse, depending on your viewpoint anyway. With Visionary showing Okina in a more proactive role near the end, I'm curious to see how Zoom will be using her in the future. Hopefully in a cool way.
Number 1.
For the last fact, we're going to be heading back to Antinomy. So as I'm sure you're well aware, it was a unique game where every character had a partner due to the perfect possession system. It created both an entertaining story and fun gameplay. Having the ability to customize your team combos based on your character's strength and weaknesses is a pretty cool feeling. Me? I just chose whoever seems fun to me, so Marisa, plus whoever I felt like at that day. Anyway, the focus on this fact will be on the final boss of the game. In Strange Creators Volume 5, in the Perfect Possession interview, when it came to the final boss for Antinomy, it was originally meant to be one boss. Shion went through a lot of changes. At first, the final boss was going to be alone, but her urban legend had its own will and took on a human form. When she was alone, it was just Joan. It was after the perfect possession incident took shape that they became a pair. When the boss was just one person, Zun was struggling with what to do. He felt he couldn't write a story like that and decided it would be better if the final boss was paired with somebody. I am glad with the final product we had. It would have been weird if we faced Shion or Joan by themselves. It wouldn't have the same impact as the sisters working together, or at least that's my thoughts about it anyway. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Which facts were your favorite? Would you like it if Zun expanded more on Marisa's family? Did you find it interesting how the Kappas were drawn parallels to the historical outcasts who lived in riverbanks? Or were you excited or disappointed that Okina was both a final and extra stage boss? If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe, or else Patchouli might make a bad review on you in the future. That could go either way, to be honest. Like always, this is Magi, and thanks again for watching.
覚悟しろよ